Hey everyone, Kim here, Abundant Life Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me for another Mystery Mystic reading. And I want to thank my dear subscriber Claire for submitting this case to me to cover on Mystery Mystic, because she had submitted this a while back, probably last year even. And I had hoped that by now, by the time I got ready to cover this on the channel, that we would know more. However, the police have been keeping their investigations under wrap. They've been tight-lipped, understandably so. And we're going to dive into a bit of the background. I did not watch YouTube videos. I only looked at the media release by the investigating police agency and a news article. I wanted to keep the information as sparse as possible for what I took in prior to doing this reading. So if it seems like I'm only, glossing over the introduction, that is intentional, okay? I did not want to go in with any preconceived notions with this case. So Willem Kruger, age 29, disappeared in the early hours of November 13th, 2022. And this is following a bachelor party at Henbase Lodge near Morgaenzon. And I apologize in advance for mispronunciations of towns and names, okay? It was presumed he was headed home to Groblersdal. He never made it home, and his family filed a missing persons report at the Groblersdal Police Station. He was later found deceased on November 22nd, 2022. His vehicle, a white Toyota Bakkie, or truck as we call it in America, was retrieved from the Vaal River. Willem's cell phone and vehicle tracking system had been turned off, which was suspicious to law enforcement. It was shocking because this section of the river where his vehicle and body was recovered was thoroughly searched before that discovery. And police are convinced that he was placed in that section of the river after they searched the area. Okay. The car keys were not in the ignition. The vehicle was in the parked gear position, and the handbrake had been pulled up. The autopsy revealed Willem was deceased before entering the water. And all of this points to foul play. And as a result, on December 23rd, 2023, it was announced his case is now considered a murder investigation. Willem's death has rocked his community, and they still do not have answers as to what caused him to go into the water and who is responsible. We will explore the energies surrounding what happened and the clues on who are the key players that knows what happened to Willem. We will also keep an open mind to what the cards wish to reveal to us. So, friends, we have a lot to cover and dig into, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we're using the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle, and I am shuffling, and we're just wanting to tap into energy surrounding the circumstances. We have herb, get some more cards, and I'll zoom in just a moment. Butterfly. Dragon. Entanglement over a girl. Huh. This is interesting. Okay. Very interesting. Let me zoom in so you all can see it a bit better. Okay. Wow. So this is when I just take in and look at all of the cards collectively. I'm getting a sense that this is definitely someone who is responsible, who he was entangled with. You know, I know that from the article I read, that there was just this idea that was floated that Willem was hijacked. That's the word they use, hijacked. But that doesn't make sense. The truck or the Bakkie wasn't taken. So then it wouldn't be a quote unquote hijacking. I don't know. It was just, that was floated there. And that would imply someone would say, oh, maybe it was somebody who's a gang member or some stranger that came along. But when I look at all of this together, these cards, this tells me no, this is at the hands of someone close to him that he was entangled with, allegedly. Okay. So let's go into the individual cards and what they mean. The first card we got is herb. And this card could mean that he consumed something that caused him to succumb. It could mean that he was consistently taking something allegedly prior to his death. Maybe not directly linked to his passing, or this could be like something that he consumed or something that was given to him that caused him to be knocked out or succumbed. The keywords associated with this card is healing and medicine, taking something, right? When you think of the word medicine. Now, the last key sentence says, may indicate something to add into your life or avoid. So there was something that he wanted to add into his life, but he should have avoided, or someone feels that way about Willem. I don't know. So it could also be speaking about something symbolic or metaphorical happening here. Not just, it can be in addition to he consuming something, right? So it could have multiple meanings. And we have the hand card. So someone had a hand in giving him whatever this is, this herb. To me, this is what affirms that someone else was involved, despite the way somebody was trying to make it appear that he drove into the water. The hand card's meaning is giving or receiving help, friendliness, using one's skills for a purpose, friendliness, someone close to him, an associate, a comrade, I don't know, someone close. But it also is about someone having a hand in this entanglement and in feeding something that maybe Willem should have avoided, or that someone engaging in Willem should have avoided. Okay, this was a very tumultuous situation. Combustible with this fire card, okay? Too many tentacles attached to the situation. The hand is in between the moth and the herb. Moth is about transformation, life and death. So this person who's entangled with him, surrounding a female, could be a female involved or surrounding a female or about a female, but moth is about transformation ultimately. The key phrase for moth is also being hopelessly attracted to someone or a clingy person. Huh. That's interesting. A clingy person. Huh. Okay. But we know that this person had a hand in his transformation, his transition. Now we have the Dragon card. This says magnificent power, strength, courage, honor. Someone's honor. Someone protecting someone's honor. Someone who had magnificent power, maybe magnificent power in the community. I don't know. Magnificent power in a relationship. Having to preserve one's honor. And so in order for that to happen, Willem had to be out of the picture. That's what I'm getting here. We talked a little bit about the fire card. And I said it was a combustible situation. Like, if there were witness statements given, they would talk more about the weeks and months leading up to Willem's death and even the days preceding. Like, this was something that was about to ignite and it was set to quickly get out of control. This card comes with the keyword passion, also consuming emotions and utter destruction surrounding this entanglement with this octopus card. The octopus card's keywords are greed, entanglement, high intelligence, multitasking. But the keyword for me that really stand out are the two is greed and entanglement. A combustible situation that was going to lead to utter destruction surrounding a female. Now, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to mean a romantic relationship with Willem. I don't know the details of what was going on intentionally. If you all know more from credible sources, please share in the comment section. I am open to discourse about what happened. I just want to make sure that we're respectful. And yeah, I'm just curious to hear what you all know. People, especially who are local, to, what are you allowed to share? So, yeah, entanglement situation. In the girl card, I've talked about her several times. Female presence involved. Could be at the hands of a female or over a female. It remains to be seen. I have to see how the rest of the cards go. The keywords, though, are innocence, carefree thoughts, youthful emotions. And so it could be that maybe a female is involved, or this is over a female, but she's innocent. Or it could mean that Willem was a bit too carefree and not recognizing the danger of this entanglement situation. Allegedly, I'm just picking up on something that he was dealing with prior to his passing that seems of importance. At the very least, it's of importance because this female may have key information about what happened or who's involved in this combustible entanglement situation with him. Someone who had magnificent power causing his transformation. Something he should have avoided, but he consumed anyway, and someone having a hand in giving that to him. Because they needed to keep their honor. And then we have the last card, fetus. New beginnings, developing possibilities, new responsibilities. But yes, could be surrounding a new beginning, somebody about to have a new beginning, but maybe they felt a way about that new beginning. A pregnancy could be involved. I don't know. allegedly. It also, again, as we know with cards, it can sometimes just be symbolic of something entirely brand new to the world. And, you know, I don't know. I just feel like this girl may be going through a new beginning, or tied to something of secret knowledge of something that was growing and brewing. You all let me know what you think these cards all mean. I'm going to pause here as we're going to get on to the next deck. I'll be right back. All right, so now we're going to work with the Divine Shadow Self Oracle. The energies surrounding shadow influences. Let's shuffle. WILLEM KRUGER. Okay. Defiance, absent-minded. Something to make him absent-minded. Something, I don't know. Trauma. If there was like a fight or argument that people witness, a female witness, and knows more information about. I'll tell you why I say that in a moment. We have addictions. Okay. Temptation. Explosive. See, I was saying like combustible with that fire card. Two more, Spirit. Oh my gosh, greed. That's interesting. That came with the octopus card as a keyword with the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle. Now we're going to get one more card. One more, Spirit. Defensive. Okay, so we've got our cards here. Sorry for the glare. I'll pick this one up when I get to it. But we've got defiance, absent-minded, trauma, addictions, temptation, explosive, greed, and defensive. Defiance. So the reason why I'm like wondering about some sort of argument, fight, like preceding this disappearance is because we have the combustible fire, explosive energy with that, like out of control. When you think of a forest fire, right? Sometimes it can be a controlled burn and you can manage that passion and that like fire energy. And sometimes that anger, you can manage it. And then sometimes it is out of control. And it's like a forest fire that sweeps and it makes utter destruction. So it feels like there was something going on and it led to trauma. It could be emotional trauma as well as physical trauma or mental trauma, but some form of trauma. Defensive. Somebody was defensive, but this is sitting underneath addictions and greed. Whoever is greedy in the entanglement also has an explosive temper, allegedly. Maybe beknownst or unbeknownst to people around them. Absent-minded. That's where I just feel like he may have consumed something. I'm sure it could be alcohol, like a spirit, or he took something or he was taking something wittingly or unwittingly, and it made him more susceptible to someone causing him trauma. Addictions is at issue with this situation, allegedly. It could be just another factor about the whole scenario. Somebody who is responsible has an addiction, or we later hear more about addictions and afflictions. That is especially supported by the herb card. It could have led to emotional and mental trauma preceding his death. We have temptation. Now that goes with the addictions card clearly, but also some sort of temptation that led to explosive results, and someone, the reason why it was explosive is somebody was greedy and wanting more, putting someone on the defensive. But this is also the defensive and protection for a period of time of someone's addictive habits, ignoring signs that things could have exploded in the way that they did. Okay, that's what I'm picking up here with these cards. Yeah, that's the addictions card that showed up. Maybe somebody was trying to also cover up that he consumed something. That's starting to become like a trend where like people who conjure up and make drugs, they try to cover their tracks. So it could be something like that. I don't know. This is just me kind of like thinking with additional ways the cards could be interpreted. But yeah, let's keep going. I'll be back. Okay, so now that this has been elevated to a murder investigation, we're going to use the murder mystery cards. Surrounding Willem Kruger. Cell phone records may provide important clues. Victim had a history with the perp. Okay, so now I was picking up on need to interview more suspects. Willem Kruger. A witness may not be fully disclosing all of the facts. Okay, we're going to stop there. I don't usually like to get a terrible amount of these cards. So let's talk about it. First up, we have cell phone records may provide important clues. And this could just be cell phone records, metadata that can plot on a map where certain perps were or people involved, where they were at when he presumably went into the water. It could also be cell phone records, text messages, DM messages, emails, but that can be accessed by your cell phone. Those kind of records preceding what happened to him. It could be records, cell phone records, phone calls, data tracking, all of that, like geo tracking of the phone, all of that, surrounding cell phones could be what could definitely build a strong case against who is responsible. Victim had a history with the perp. We talked about that earlier. I said the overall energy I'm picking up here is definitely there's a history. I think we all can agree on that. But I know that there was just ideas floated around that maybe this was random based on the articles I read. And I was like, I don't know. My radar is speaking up or picking up something else or signaling to something else. Now, need to interview more suspects. So there's more folks in the know, like widen the net, so to speak, with whom they have interviewed so far, law enforcement. Maybe relatives of the people that they have interviewed, or friends or associates, like widen the net. That's what I keep visualizing here. We have here a witness may not be fully disclosing all of the facts. They could be perjuring themselves. They could be withholding important and vital information. I suppose this could be innocently enough where somebody unwittingly has information but just hasn't shared it yet. It could be that. Or it could be someone who knows that they have key information and they're choosing to withhold. It could be both. Okay. All right, I'm going to pause here, take some pictures of the cards, and then we'll move into the Secrets Revealed Oracle reading. Be right back. All right, so we're going to work with my Secrets Revealed True Crime Oracle. This massive 160 card deck. I shuffle it in sections. And we're just tapping into the energy surrounding what happened. We have backyard, or clues about where key evidence is, or sometimes it's symbolic or metaphoric. Let's see, we have crime scene. Crime scene is a backyard of some sort. Okay. 2 or more. Money. Local. Okay. Hold on. Aiding and abetting. Okay, let's see. Buried. Outside. Moved him outside. Party or social gathering. Political affiliation. Landfill, dumpster, or trash. Bones. Photos. Deviant or perv. That's interesting. Sexual deviant? Just deviant in general. Mental health. Justice and karma. Wow. Cool. I'm like, justice is great. But let's dig into these cards. So, backyard, it could be some information in someone's backyard. It could be like in his own backyard, like this person is close enough to have been in Willem's backyard, for example, or the crime scene happened in someone's backyard, or backyard to an establishment, or there was some element of a crime ensuing in someone's backyard with these two cards next to one another. 2 or more people are in the know or involved in what happened to Willem. Okay, that's the sense I got too with that entanglement card, is that it's solely like there could be one main perp, but that there's tentacles attached to one main situation. We have money. Maybe someone is of affluence or wealth background who's associated with this, or money is an element or involved with this situation. Money, an exchange of money, money being an issue, a concern or protection for money or a way of life. Local. This is local to Willem. This is a local situation. This is not someone. This is someone with local ties in his backyard. Local to him, native to him. And if it was like a main perp who's responsible, who's from out of town, they are connected or tied to someone who's very local or near Willem. Aiding and abetting. So that speaks to the main perp having support, having someone assist in orchestrating this happening. We have buried. Could be key evidence that's buried, or the truth trying to be buried or thrown away. Key evidence could have been thrown away or buried. We have outside. For some reason, what pops up for me when I see this card is like they wanted to make it as distant. The person who's responsible ultimately wanted to distance themselves. They didn't want him perishing inside of their home. They needed him outside and away. And what better way to do that than to dump him into water, which could cause issues with identification. Initially, he was identified by dental records, but then also evidence. It is their hope that being outdoor in the elements could distance themselves. It could be as simple as they didn't want him to start, decaying wherever they were at. Kept him outside the entire time, moved him to the river. I don't know. Let me know what you think on that. Maybe there was initial plans to bury him, but that the timing of everything unfolding didn't work out in that way. They had to get rid of the body, the decomposing body, the truck, everything as soon as possible, and create distance between those in the know and those responsible for his death. We have party or social gathering over photos. Party over photos. So like if he's ever taken pictures, like if there's access to his social media profiles, if he was the type of person who took a lot of pictures and had them on social media, people probably have seen those who know more information or who may allegedly be involved, or at least is witnesses to something. They could have been captured in photos. Photos on his phone, photos in his emails. Someone could have photos of him, a lot of photos of him at a social gathering, a party preceding his demise, or after he died and, maybe there was some big party that went on, a function shortly thereafter of people he knows that he's, associated with or connected to. Pictures, photos. There's also could be photographic still shots from surveillance or key evidence of moments, days, weeks, months preceding his death, and police have that information. But there's something at issue like about or around a party or social gathering. We know that he was leaving a bachelor party. So we know that. But beyond that, I don't know anything else. So if you all know more details about that, let me know in the comments section. We have political affiliation. Sometimes when this card comes up, it could be political influence on getting this solved, or maybe he has ties to political affiliations, or those who are involved or in the know about what happened to Willem has some sort of pull, political pull or affiliation or ties, relatives who are associated to or affiliated with politics, or spouses, or I don't know. Just close political affiliation could be like an influence for this case, positive or negative, covert, or just out in the open. Okay, that's what I'm picking up on there. So We talked a little bit about the landfill, dumpster, trash, key evidence being buried or discarded surrounding what happened to him. There could have been considerations of initially burying him. The end goal was having him outside or away, thrown away. And then nothing but bones left we have here. Bones is also, I'm sensing, symbolic of secrets or things like skeletons in the closet type of energy. Like secrets that were about to come out, for example. But I think that they were thinking for a while, they being this 2 or more people with the main perp, were thinking that police really thought it was just, him going into the water and wouldn't be able to see some of the glaring issues that alerted police that this is not just him going into the water. He was put there. And why is that? And so now they're exploring that. We have deviant or perv sitting underneath the political affiliation, not quite sure what to make of that combo. Could be some kind of secrets known about something political or something, maybe not necessarily political, but something that could affect a population, a group of people, someone who has influence. There could be secrets, photos of some sort of activity going on. We have that here, down here. And then mental health. Mental health could be at a cause of how this all got underway. Certainly, it could be that whoever is involved or in the know is starting to show signs of being in mental distress over what happened to Willem. As time goes on and the silence continues from law enforcement, people close to the situation, close to the perps, will notice a deteriorating situation. Maybe not bathing as much, not taking care of themselves, unkempt, seemingly lost in thought or disturbed, looking like lack of sleep is going on. Also, this could symbolize that preceding his death, there was somebody's growing mental health that was being affected that was part of this whole situation. It also could be that maybe now close people to him are really suffering, without having a lot of answers as to what happened. But we have the Justice and Karma card. Now, when I saw this card, I was relieved. Okay, certainly this means that justice will come in divine timing, of course, with this karma element. But nevertheless, it'll come. And that is what I sense is happening. But I also get a sense that this card is symbolizing, remember how we got the dragon card and the honor? And people feeling like they had to restore some sense of balance to a situation. And the only way to do that was to get rid of Willem. And to bring it, this felt just to them to do this. But I do also sense that it meant what my first inkling, which is justice will come. So that's it for now. What we're going to do now is stop. This is part 1. And I'm going to do a part 2. I'm going to use the Divine Crime Oracle. This one. Oops. This one. As well as my Defining Characteristics Oracle. Trying to get some clues on who may be in the know and who may be responsible, and just additional insights from this deck. And from that point, I'm going to write out questions from what I'm picking up in these readings, and write out questions for a detailed tarot and oracle reading using the tarot in conjunction with my oracle deck, and arriving to some ideas as to what happened. If you can think of questions to pose for the tarot reading, that would be helpful. Leave it in the comment section down below. Also, leave your intuitive hunches as to what you're thinking that these cards are saying, or if you did a reading on Willem's case, what came up for you. Maybe you're not really into readings, but you just like listening to me talk about these things, but you have your own ideas and hunches. Share them. You know, this is a community where I do the reading and I, go based on what I'm intuitively picking up and my knowledge of interpreting card meanings. But I love how we have a community that adds to the conversation, adds to the reading experience. So definitely share your comments. And do me a favor on your way out. Please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos and live streams. All right, friends, take good care of yourselves. I'll see you all in the next part on this case. Bye for now.